Hello, folks. Good evening. This is kind of like the Robinson version of a hurricane party, although there's no beer involved.
Well.
But at least there's no beer involved on my part, probably on hers. So everyone asked me. I got several inquiries today. Are we going to be going live? Because I wasn't really sure if we were going to be going live. Because if you've been watching the news, you see that the west coast of Florida and then coming up into what's called the Big Bend of Florida, which is the part where the west coast kind of turns into the panhandle. We've been tracking a hurricane up through the Caribbean and up into our neck of the woods.
So basically, Elsa came to visit the farm today.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool that the Weather Service has kind of a sense of humor because they had Anna was the A storm and Elsa is the E storm. That they're naming the storms after Disney characters. I thought that was cool, and so did my granddaughters who are Frozen Freak fans. So we've had a crazy busy week. Starting last week, and then work-wise, farm-wise, and then we got some visitors, Michael Harris and his wife Bobby Harris from, I guess you'd call it northeast Texas. Outside of Dallas, Texas, came over to visit. So they are the proud new owners of 5 of LaLa's Pride and Joy. 4 kids from this last kidding season, and 1 adult doe that we've had for 2 years, was one of our favorites. And
Michael talked me into it. Pestered me.
Begged and begged for us to give him or sell him this doe called Stormy. She's an awesome goat. Looks great, produces great kids, is a great mama, but she's really short and stubby, and that really doesn't fit what we're looking for in terms of.
It fits what I like. I like short,
why'd you sell her?
Because it was Michael.
Okay. So.
Just so you know that, Michael, that's the only reason she got sold.
So if anybody else would have bothered her, bugged her, pestered her about selling a goat, she's saying that they wouldn't have got her. Michael got her because it's Michael. So, who else we got in here? We got Jesus is Lord. They were in here really early, so welcome. They actually joined us for our fireworks as well. Paula Wells is in here. Hubby Kyle Randall is in here. Kyle was talking about on a Facebook post this afternoon how Paula made him a tomato sandwich, and I don't know how popular tomato sandwiches are nowadays.
Oh, I like tomatoes.
I grew up on tomato sandwiches, so nothing but white bread. See, nice. I like Kyle because Kyle I made like a mayo, so it's basically fresh red, the really nice, fresh off the vine red tomatoes, white bread, a little bit of thin mayo, salt, pepper, and then but Kyle made the gag emoji with response to mayo. So I guess he's going.
Really?
I guess he's going dry. So it's just tomato, salt, and pepper. I can deal with that too, Kyle.
I like that too.
I can deal with that too. I just love fresh tomato sandwiches.
I like toast with just a little piece of lettuce on there and fresh tomatoes on there with some salt and pepper, and eat it like a sandwich.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a BLT without the B.
Or the L.
No,
You want lettuce on your tomato sandwich? Then it's not a tomato sandwich. It's a baconless BLT.
But it's still got.
I don't know. You don't even know how to make a sandwich of it.
I don't know. You seem to eat pretty happily.
I do eat happily, but I don't eat a baconless BLT.
You would if I made it.
Damn New Yorkers, I swear.
You would. What would you call it, a New Yorker?
MB Heritage, welcome, my friends. Welcome. Bomber Steve. Hey, hope everyone is well. We got a white farm here this morning. It's frosty. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, he's down in Australia.
Oh.
So that's awesome. Steve, wanted to tell you, I've been trying to catch up on some of you guys' videos. You know, your house looks great. You guys have come a long, long way on that. I got to tell you, brother, you got some weird looking animals down there. That lizard that you pulled out from underneath the shed. If can you say? I'm not going to say what I want to say, but had that been her pulling that lizard out from underneath anything on the farm, I'm gonna temper my words here. She would have pooped herself.
You wouldn't have caught me pulling lizard out from nothing.
See, will not touch lizards.
I cannot. Lizards, I can't stand, and I cannot stand snakes. No, and so I hope. Do y'all know the difference between a tree frog and a toad? So I cannot.
Hey, what's the difference between a tree frog and a toad?
I wasn't telling a joke. I'm just saying, tree frogs freak me out. I just cannot deal with them. Toads, I'm fine with. I can pick up a regular toad, but tree frogs, no, it ain't happening. I can't do it. So one day, when we had first moved into our old house, when we first moved to McClenny, we had moved into this house, and right across the road from us, there were this couple, and they have horses and stuff in the back, and so the wife over there was named Audrey, and she was Rick's nemesis.
I could go on and on about those stories.
So,
and
anyway,
out of you know, her and her former husband are now divorced, so I can talk bad about her. I love her ex-husband.
So, anyway, I'm getting ready to leave for work. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and I walked out the front door, and when I closed the front door, there was a tree frog on it, and that stupid thing landed on the back of my head. So I'm running down the sidewalk, screaming, slapping my head like this.
What's that got to do with Audrey?
And the motion sensor, I'm getting to that, shush. And the motion sensor lights come on, so of course the whole house is lit up. So I'm running around screaming, slapping my head. About that time, Audrey and Jerry come out of their house to leave to go to work. And so they saw the new crazy lady across the road run through the yard.
The tree frog is a total of this big. That's the width, and he's probably that long. And they got like suction feet, so if they jump, they stick to you. So we've had them jump, and if they hit you, if they land on your face, they'll stick to your cheek.
Nasty.
Yeah, great like suction legs.
Yeah.
Bomber Steve, I was going to start work early, but I'm waiting till the sun has a bit more effect.
Good luck with that.
That's a smart man. I don't know. I love winter. I really detest this time of the year here. So yeah, we got this storm. They've been tracking this thing for a week. They've been telling us it was going to be a major hurricane. And we've been now in Florida for a long time,
35 years.
34 years. No, we weren't here a year. 34 years. So we've seen a lot of hurricanes come.
We weren't here. We were in Louisiana, so we saw hurricanes there, too.
We've seen a lot of hurricanes come and go. And we've had major hurricanes, and we've seen those. And so we've really kind of become a little bit numb to the news's sensationalism of hurricanes. So this thing they were saying was going to be potentially a Category 1.
Now this is the local news that's hyping it up so much that, they're saying this thing is going to be a potential Category 1, which is like 65 miles an hour winds. Now that's not light winds. That will blow over a saturated water oak tree, and it will potentially hurt property or people. In fact, we've seen some blown over trees. We've seen some washed out roads. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Rick's Road behind his house washed out.
Rick's Road. He's the proud new owner of part of what used to be my property that I would have been paying for. He's the proud new owner of that piece of property, of which he will be paying for.
The road washed out.
The road washed out right in front of his new house. And so I don't know if Chelsea's going to be able to get her car out. So Rick's going to probably hook up the backhoe and or the box blade in the morning to fix his road so that
people can
drive past past his house.
We don't own that part no more.
I emphasize we do not own that piece of property anymore. My son does, if I haven't said that already, of which he will be paying to fix, or labor to fix, more importantly.
We would help if he asked us to. You know that.
So if you look behind me, I think Kyle said it looks like I got a lake behind me. We got about, I would guess, somewhere between 6 and 8 inches of water today.
Yeah.
So if you recall, let me show you that.
Oh, Jesus.
So if you look at that, at the lake, at the pond over there, there's a way over in the far right-hand corner, there's a little tiny pipe sticking up. And as of this morning, that pipe had about 12 inches above it. And right now it has probably 4 inches above the water line. So we got a lot of water today. But we've spent the first couple of years we own this property figuring out where it floods and then
redirecting.
Yeah, taking on projects then that would redirect the water away from that.
Yeah.
So used to be, if this was 3 years ago, that side of the property over there where that chicken's wandering around, that used to be, if this was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, that would have about 6 inches of water, standing water for most of that side field over there.
For a couple months.
At least for a couple of months, usually longer. But now it doesn't stand, there's no standing water. We put a swale in that goes from north to south, which redirects a lot of the water from there. My neighbor on the back side, they put another swale in that goes east to west on their property. And then a neighbor of mine, which sent me over the edge in terms of people doing things they shouldn't do, knocked a gigantic hole in a, I guess, what would you call that?
It is
a ditch, a drainage ditch.
It's actually a small drainage creek that was put in. And when we bought the land, we were told that it's protected by the Swanee River Water Management District, in that it's part of our land, but we're not allowed to modify it in any way. If we want to have it, if we want to dredge it out some, make it a little bit deeper so it flows better, we have to get written permission. We have to petition the Swanee River Management District and go through a whole mess to get that done. So we were told to just leave it alone. Well, the guy who he bought 5 acres on the other side of us. He decided that he wanted to fill up a clay pond in the back of his property. So one day, while he had a tractor or a bulldozer over there, they decided to come on our land and knock the wall out of that ditch.
He didn't know it was our land, or he says he didn't know.
He says he didn't know, but it's also funny. The pink flag was right there on the border.
He thought it was his, and or at least that's the story. So I just thought it was odd that no longer did water stand in my side yard over here. So I went over there and kind of looked at what was going on, and
he took such a huge chunk out of the side of that you could park a huge truck in there.
Yeah, the bulldozer.
It was the size of the bulldozer.
The bulldozer fit in the hole. That's how large the wall was that you took down. So I was really, really upset for 2 years and threatened legal action on him and everything.
And then a hurricane came through.
And then a hurricane came through, and my side yard did not flood. So I'm like, now all that water that was on my property is on his property. And I'm like, this is a good thing.
And the thing of it is,
God is good.
He can't report it as being on his property and being a problem because he's the one who did it.
And
there you go.
it's just awesome.
It's all right.
So now he's got a gigantic mud pit that's probably 30 foot deep in his backyard.
Consequences.
He can't do anything about it.
Oh well.
God is good. All right. All the wells. Holy cow, Steve. That is so strange to hear. I agree. Snow in Australia just don't sound right. And I know it's like the United States. I mean, that's just the opposite. So, is it true, Bomber Steve, that the toilets flush in the opposite direction in Australia? So here they flush clockwise. Do they flush counterclockwise in Australia? I don't know why I thought of that, but it's just one of those mysteries of my mind. So, Paula Well says.
See what I live with.
Paula Well says, Kimberly again. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
She don't care about seeing me. You're just going to take over the lives.
No, I'm not going to take over the lives.
It's going to be the LaLa show.
Nope.
Joe Hupp, welcome. You probably saw another live, the live that we did on, that was Sunday. We kind of did an impromptu live. So last year we started recording our lives as part of our YouTube channel. But we've been doing a fireworks show now for going on a long time. When the kids were probably 5.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been doing fireworks displays for probably 25 years.
Well, I would say that the first maybe 5 or 8 years were not really displays. They were just little.
Yeah, they're just little fireworks. Because at that point we lived in Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, nothing that leaves the ground is allowed. So not even bottle rockets are allowed in Duval County.
Unless it's being set off by the city.
Right.
But what stopped us from going to the fireworks display that the city put on in Jacksonville was we were out with our kids at the firework display, and this is a huge thing. They do it over the river. They shoot it off the bridges and off barges and all this other stuff. And we were down there with our kids, and when we were leaving, some people just got a little ruckusy and flipped over a police car and all kinds of stuff, and we're having to drive through that to get out of there.
She calls it ruckusy. I just call it plain stupid.
But anyway, so that was, and they were throwing glass bottles at cars that were driving by and stuff. And that was the last time we went to an actual real, fireworks display that was put on by the city. After that, we started doing it ourselves.
And that's probably been 20, close to 20 years ago.
More
when we moved to the county we're in now, and that was in 2004, so almost 20 years ago. When we moved to this county, anyone in the South has probably seen Phantom Fireworks.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all over the place, but
there are a few places.
One of their motherships is here in this county. There's only 2 of them in all of Northeast Florida. One of them is in St. Johns County, which is the county south of Jacksonville, and ours is the county west of Jacksonville. And anything that you want fireworks-wise, you can get at that store. So most people from Jacksonville come to Baker County to buy their fireworks so they can go back to Jacksonville and illegally shoot them off. But they will arrest you. They'll cite you if they catch you doing that.
Yeah.
And so we started, the year that we moved over here, 2004, we went and we started getting our fireworks. And getting that fireworks, this is kind of a funny story, as a veteran, I get a 50% discount off of fireworks. So, there's lots of discounts that you can get as a veteran, and I generally do not take advantage of those, despite what my family says you should. I just don't, because I don't bring attention to it. But the one thing that led me to bring attention to it is a 50% discount on my fireworks display. So that means overnight I made my display twice as big.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's how it worked.
Was that 3 years ago?
That was 3 or 4 years ago. I got my license changed. So now it says veteran on there. So now all I do is walk in, show my ID, and I get a discount coupon for 50% off my fireworks. So I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on fireworks because you would probably think I'm out of my mind. But I have a blast.
We only do it once a year.
I have a blast doing it.
Yeah.
And my grandkids love it.
Yeah.
And this year we had, I think, 12 people total here.
Yeah.
It's only by invitation because I don't want people that I don't know. They're going to be a pain in my ass showing up. I shouldn't say that. Pain in my butt shoulding up.
Billy Bob Boogers showing up and down the road.
That I don't like, and then it's going to get drunk and act stupid. I shouldn't say that either. That makes me sound like a cantankerous, doesn't
You're
it?
a grumpy old man.
Two old people on a couch. See, you and I think alike. This is an awesome channel. I don't go on there as much as I like. I don't go on to anybody as much as I would like lately. Work is just killing me. Kimberly says, "Hey, you're going to be doing some travel," and that doesn't make me happy because I hate traveling anymore.
Yeah.
Two old people on a couch. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
But maybe I can work it out to where we can go down in the RV or wherever we're going, wherever they are in the RV, and then we can do a camping thing while we're traveling for work.
I'm like way behind on.
No. Where's Rick Edward?
Holy mackerel! I'm like way behind.
I know. Where's Rick Edward? Why is he not? He's slacking off. I think he's probably out trying to fix his road.
Yeah. Hold on, maybe
I had to walk around. I had to walk around the entire both pastures. And one of the pastures backs right up to Rick's property, to his backyard. So I had to walk all the way around and make sure no trees went down on our fencing or anything. So when I was back there, his property's drained really good. It's just all drained into the road.
Kimberly's feeding. I'm going to go on to this because this I can do that live chat thing. Here, tell them about your pigs and that road over there.
Oh man, yeah. So I am pig sitting for some friends of ours. They come over here sometimes if Rick Edward's not and the kids aren't able to take care of the goats for me. I have these people come over and take care of the goats and stuff. So, and as a matter of fact, they're who we're getting our 2 feeder pigs from in September. So I had to go over there and feed those pigs, and their road is washed out pretty bad in some spots, and lots of standing water, and there's a few places where it looks like the house is just kind of floating on a little float in the middle of all this water. So lots of standing water around.
Well, I don't know what my chat thing is doing. I'm sure that Paul is dropping links and all that stuff, and I was
watch your phone,
running my mouth and chatting. The comments are now gone. So Norseman Honey, I want to thank you. He gave us a big super chat on Sunday for the fireworks, and I really appreciate that. It's $45 super chat, much appreciated. So now I've got a $45 head start on my fireworks, so I can actually spend $90 next year on fireworks from your $45 fireworks donation. So thank you. That gives me $90 more to spend on fireworks.
He's always funny because he'll say, "It's getting to be that time again.
Yeah.
How much money can I spend?"
I gotta warm her up. I gotta start like 2 weeks in advance to figure out how much money she's gonna let me spend on fireworks. So we got MB Heritage, Ginger Ninja. If I did not get you, I apologize. I'm gonna stay closer. I'm gonna stay up with this chat better. Joe Hupp, Ginger Ninja, Arizona Kid, Homestead Engineering. That's another great channel. I keep saying we kind of chatted, back and forth. I wanted to go down and see his place. He wanted to come up and see ours. One day we're going to connect and we're going to kind of highlight each other, maybe do some farm visits for each other. But that channel, Homestead Engineering, he's down in I believe it's Alachua County, down the Gainesville area, south about 60 miles from us. And just a really cool channel because it is engineering based. So everything that he does has science backup, has a scientific backup to it. And so the best product reviews, I think, on the internet, like a battery backup that he did a review on probably a couple months back.
Is Crafty Hobbit on?
I have not seen Crafty Hobbit. Betty Jean, welcome. Glad to see you tonight. Arizona Kid, welcome. I got 2 people on a couch. Abby's Life on the Farm. Welcome.
I like that name. 2 people on the couch.
Robert Nelson, welcome. I don't think I've seen you in here, Robert. So welcome. I'm glad you made it in today. Who else we got here? Keep talking. Vineyard Chicks.
How do I do it?
You use your thumb. You use your
I'm gonna
thumb
smack you.
and you read comments. You do that part, and I'll just talk because I'm better at talking.
Yeah, Jabberwocky.
Yep, I'm better at talking. So we did our fireworks display. That went really, really well, and the whole thing. This was probably one of our longest that we've ever done. I think it was about 22 minutes, and we broadcast the whole thing live. And we found this one firework, which we decided this year was going to be our finale, and it was 320 shot finale. So if you're looking at that fireworks video from Sunday and you notice toward the end of it, the fireworks just start going in rapid succession. That's
oh my gosh.
What?
Bomber Steve?
Yeah.
No.
What?
He's saying that they have beautiful green tree frogs that come into the house through the toilet. And then pythons come in trying to hunt them the same way. Oh no, that's like urban myth or something. That can't be true.
Tell her, Steve, that is a urban legend, because I will never, ever get her to Australia if she even thinks there's a possibility of a frog coming into the toilet while she's sitting on it.
Oh no, and a python.
And a python. If that's even a remote possibility, tell her it's an urban legend, because I will never.
What do you drain to that frogs and pythons can get? Don't you guys have septic systems or something?
See, you got her so flustered she can't talk now.
I'm going to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and have to check the toilet for tree frogs.
She's going to be dreaming tonight about little green tree frogs and pythons coming into the toilet.
I'm not going to want to go potty.
You set her back years, Steve. Thanks. Visiting Australia was on my bucket list, but now I'm never coming. Thank you.
That's like, where did you want to take me? The lizards, those big lizards that come into the building.
I didn't want to take you there because you can't go there. It was in Cuba.
Oh my God, that was scary.
But we saw those gigantic lizards.
Hi, tiny ladybug.
So, talking about the damage here. So, we've got nothing really happened here. But Kimberly, she had the idea last night. You know, she cares about these goats. I'm telling you, she cares about these goats. So, I look out the back. I stand up in the kitchen. I look out. Draped over the buck pen. And I knew what it was because she had suggested to me about 3 days earlier, I need to put something over the buck pen on the sides.
On the sides of the buck pen.
And I intentionally did not respond yes, no, or indifferent, thinking that she would just forget about it. Well, she didn't forget about it. And she just, because I didn't respond, apparently, she just said, I'm just going to do this without him. So she goes out there and she starts hanging this tarp. I don't even, where'd you get tarp that big?
I got them at Tractor Supply.
They're gigantic. They take up the whole side of this barn.
They're 16 by 12.
So, they take up the whole side of the barn.
I know, they're 16 by 12.
So, you got to know our two big bucks to find this funny. Maybe you'll find it funny, maybe. So, we've got 4 bucks, 4 Kiko bucks.
4 Kiko bucks, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry.
4 Kiko bucks, and then 2 Nigerian dwarfs.
Yeah.
The Nigerian dwarfs, they're just so happy-go-lucky. They don't really care. They trust you explicitly. So she's got this gigantic blue thing, the entire height. You know, if you don't know goats are pretty skittish. But these little Nigerian bucks, she's got this gigantic blue thing that she's hung, and they just pay no attention to it whatsoever. They come in.
They don't care because mommy's in there.
They just want you to pet them. That's all they want. They want loving. But these Kikos, though, are very skittish. particularly the two big ones. So we weighed them, and one of them is pushing 190 pounds. The other one's pushing 170 pounds. And the youngest of them that was born last year is 160 pounds. So they're big bucks. And the oldest one is only 2. And now they, on the other hand, remain incredibly skittish. So she goes to the other side of the buck barn. She's got one side draped in this gigantic blue thing with the Nigerian dwarfs. They're just kind of like, they look like a beach attitude, like, hey man, just love, just love. That's all they care about.
What's the people? Yeah. Oh, that's those goats. That's the
one from Hidden Heights, right, Paula?
The one from Hidden Heights. Is
Yeah.
that's the pygmy Kikos?
You're missing people.
Well, I'm listening to you talk. I can't be interrupting you to say hi to everybody.
Say hi to Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Ask Wendy how she fared in this storm.
How'd you do, Wendy?
Spitfire Wed. So, the other side of this buck barn. So she starts draping this side with the Kikos with this gigantic blue tarp. And you can see the terror in these Kiko bucks' eyes. They go inside, and I number one, they're afraid of anything new. She's got this gigantic blue thing in there, and you make any little move, and they're like charging at you because she's got them so terrified.
What he's not telling you is when he came in there, they took off running. When I was in there, they just stood there.
And one of them's got a horn set.
It's wide.
I bet you it's 2.5, 3 feet wide, maybe 2.5 feet probably. So if he hits you, you're going to know it. It used to be when I would weigh them, or we would grab on a hold to the bucks, we would, really easily, I'd just grab them from the front and just kind of muscle them. Well, we figured out this year we ain't doing that no more, because I tried the same thing with the bigger of the two, the 190-pound one. I got right in front of him, grabbed him by his horns. Now,
hi, Grumpy Grandpa. See, I told you, I interrupt you, and then you stop talking.
Well, you're missing people.
Well, I'm missing people because you're telling a story, and I don't want to keep interrupting.
Simply Jan.
Hi, Simply Jan. Hi, Wide Family Farms.
Grumpy Grandpa.
It's pouring down rain here. Where are you?
So I can't even get my hands around Jarl's horns anymore because they're probably that big around. And but I still stupidly got in front of him to try to control him this year. And as soon as he realized that I had his horns and I was trying to hold him, he began pushing as I'm trying to push, and he won and put me right into the wall. It's kind of like watching a professional wrestling match.
Yeah, what?
Without jumping off the ropes and slamming each other. The goat won, so I realized from this point forward I must grab them from the back and pull on them because he's going forward. So grab them by the horns and pull on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're putting on the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we figured out the other thing is we took one of Madeline's leashes and we basically tied it around his horn, tied him to the side of the barn, and he won't go anywhere. That kind of calmed him down a lot.
Yeah.
So that worked pretty darn well. What?
Nothing. I'm watching people. I keep trying to shift the tablet so I can see better, and I forget it's up there.
All right.
So
The dogs are barking.
I'm watching To Go Live from Misfit Island and Mark.
Huh?
I'm reading these. They're funny.
Listen over here. That's how wet it is. Listen to the frogs over there. I don't know if you can hear how well you can hear that. But there's a drainage ditch right about 10 foot into that tree line over there. There's a drainage ditch that is probably 4 foot deep. And that's where...
Vineyard chicks say, uh-oh, that's dangerous, Mr. Rick.
What's dangerous?
I guess when you were wrestling the goats.
Yeah. I need, they're not as friendly as those Nigerian dwarfs. The Nigerian dwarfs, they just want loving. Those Kikos, they want to fight you.
Once you get a hold of them, they calm down. They're fine.
So
They're not bad.
We got about 4 weeks 4 weeks from now, we start doing the mating pairs. So then the boys will calm down tremendously
yeah,
for about 5 weeks.
They're a little ruckusy right now because
they're going into rut.
They're going into rut. So they get a little feisty. So, but
what's Sweetie's Creek Farm say? So it must be Julianne.
See, you say frog legs yum, and I'm just thinking to myself,
you know, I gotta be honest. I will try anything once, and I've proven that over and over and over and over. So don't ever challenge me with any kind of food because I will.
Oh, he just put out a challenge for you to challenge him with any kind of food.
No, I didn't.
Bring it on, people. Bring it on.
Well, I'm not going to go out and buy any kind of food, but you know, I've tried. I don't think that I've never not tried a food.
Have you tried? What is that? What is it? Can't remember the name of it.
I don't think I've ever on somebody's channel. I don't think I've Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, those aren't from a cow.
What do you think they're from?
Those are from a sheep.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd try.
You would?
Yes, I would try. I've tried. I've done like beef tongue.
Yes, he did, Paula Wells. Yes, he did.
I don't think I did that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I think that's a gross misinterpretation. Gross misinterpretation. So the one and only time that I've ever had frog legs, I was at this little seafood restaurant down in Palatka, Florida, and I saw frog legs on the menu. I said, "Hey, dude, big old plate of frog legs," and they come out and they said, "Would you like them grilled or grilled or blackened?" I said, "Grill them for me." So I like the little char marks on them. So they brought me out the little frog legs, and I'm like, number one question was, how do you eat them? So it's like,
hold on, wait. So at Sweetie's Creek Farm, you said that you're going to the Pukapunya Army Base near your hometown. They have a tank museum.
Oh my goodness, that would be so
That would be awesome. That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
So, like, do they have tanks that you can get in and stuff, or is it just, looking at them from the outside?
There's another museum, Steve, that I'm probably gonna do another museum video on. It's pretty close to us, called Camp Blanding. It's about an hour and a half south of here. I've been there half a dozen times, but I absolutely love it. My uncle, who has passed now, trained there with the Big Red One.
It was really cool.
Infantry division, and that's where he did his training. Now, he never made it to Europe. He was one of the last that trained there without being deployed for World War II. But you interrupted my frog leg story.
Did you eat the frog legs?
When I got the frog legs, they brought them, and they look like frog legs. And so I'm asking myself, how do I eat these things? And my brother-in-law said, you eat them just like you would a chicken leg. And so I just picked it up, and there's little tiny frog bones in there, like tiny little things.
Like toothpicks.
Like little toothpick-sized bones in the frog leg. So you
can eat the meat and then pick the teeth.
And it was the meat in a frog leg is so clean tasting, which really kind of blew my mind, because I figured it would taste muddy and mucky. And it was really, really good. I don't think that I would order frog legs if given the option between a frog leg and a steak. I'm going with the steak every time, but if I was on a deserted island and I had to survive, I could do it because I'd eat frog legs. Provided I would even eat, I don't know if I could eat the tree frogs because I think they're poisonous.
Gross.
When I first moved to New Orleans, the big thing there is crawfish. I didn't even know I'd never even heard of a crawfish. So there's posters all over New Orleans, or there was then, kind of a touristy thing. How to eat crawfish, and it starts with pull the tail, suck the head, and pull the tail, suck the head, and I forget what the third step was.
Shell it.
But it never made sense to me until you suck the head, because when you boil the crawfish, that juice goes up into the head. And I'm like, well, ain't you gonna suck the brains out and stuff? Well, you don't suck the brains out. You're sucking that juice, and it's really usually kind of a
So
hot.
we
boil.
were invited to a crawfish boil, and so, you know, I still wasn't real big on trying new things, but I was also pregnant, quite pregnant at the time, and
She's using that as an excuse.
he tried to get me to suck the head of a crawfish, and I ended up going in the bathroom and getting sick.
Michael Keener says mud bugs. You're absolutely right.
Ever
I love them.
since then, I cannot even look at those things. They just make me sick.
I love crawfish, and you know who else loves crawfish?
Madeline.
Madeline. You go to a buffet that's got crawfish on, she's not going to eat anything else. She will eat
She'll
crawfish.
sit there and eat crawfish all day.
I mean, you'll leave and she'll have 2 platefuls of crawfish fills.
Hello, I finally got in early to see your live. Our cabin in the woods. Hi.
2 old people on the couch. She said these like, 2 old people were going to Lawrence looking for somewhere to go. What did they say? Somewhere in here.
Ugh. Yeah, Michael, I can't get past that mud bugs. That just grosses me out.
I don't know. I'm horrible at following these chat things.
Well, it's hard because they're going by so quickly.
So I can either look at that or I can talk. And
I know, I feel like I've been looking down the whole thing.
so the other thing, you know, we can't stay on past 8 o'clock because as Michael Keener, who is Mike K on here, can appreciate, we were convinced, you know, given the news reports last night, that there is no possible way that Tampa is going to be open and able to host this hockey game tonight. Well, not only are they, I mean, it's still on at 8 o'clock.
8
is
o'clock.
when it's scheduled
In
for
Tampa.
puck drop in Tampa.
Woo!
And
Go
they had that whole town closed down today out of fear of flooding. And if you're kind of familiar with Tampa, you've got Tampa goes into Tampa Bay, and then the bay points south. So this storm was coming in from the south, heading north, so all of that water is being pushed right into Tampa Bay, and they were expecting pretty significant flooding.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard that that's happened.
No, I checked, and they said it shows that the game is still on in Tampa.
Yeah.
So, yay!
So we're going to have to get off by 8 o'clock
Or you can stay on if you want. I'm going.
So we can watch a hockey game. Tampa's going to take home the cup tonight. They were leading 3 games to nothing, and then Montreal won 2 nights ago. So now it's 3 games to 1. So Tampa's got to win at home tonight, and they take it all home.
Yes, that would be incredible. That'd be super exciting.
That's the only thing that's going to cause me. I've been a loyal Blackhawks fan for years.
I still am a loyal Blackhawks fan, but I'm also a Tampa fan.
So I will. If Tampa wins, I told her I will buy me a Lightning jersey, and if Tampa wins the cup, so I think they will. They've got a heck of a team. What else you got there?
Dusty Go Homestead. Hi.
They're not too terrible.
Yes, we are okay. We got Dusty at home. Dusty Go Homestead. We are doing just fine. We got lots of rain. Some flooding in our county. We're under a flood warning, but because we're kind of like up at the peak of a small hill, so we don't get a lot of standing water where we're at, except for on the sides of the property. And then our pond's pretty full, but other than that, we're pretty good. They did have, we work in Jacksonville, Florida, which is about 45 miles from where we are. And we actually did go into work today, and like Rick said, we've become kind of complacent with these hurricanes because we're so used to them. So, but we went into work today, and while we were there, they had a few tornadoes touch down in Jacksonville, and some flash flooding and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had a couple of deaths over there from trees that toppled and landed on.
They had a tree fall and land on a car and kill 2 people and stuff like that.
Let me show you this.
Other than that, we are really good. We didn't sustain any damage or anything.
I'm not sure how clear that is, but Can you see how fast those clouds are moving?
Not really. They look like they're standing still in the video.
Do they?
Yeah. So you really can't tell. I
So
mean, you sort of can, but
they're moving at about 30 miles an hour from the southwest. So you're looking, this camera is pointed due west, and it's coming in really, really fast still even.
yeah.
So-
Every once in a while, we'll get a band come through that'll give us some good pouring rain and pick the wind up quite a bit. But other than that, we did no worries. We're all good. So
I mean, it's saturated pretty darn good.
yeah.
I mean,
we've got a little bit of standing water here and there on the northern part of the property. But again, we're on a really good slope, so we got really good drainage. Rick Edward had his road washed out behind his house.
I talked to him just prior to this, and he said the washout on his road was about 18 inches.
Yeah.
He's estimating. In fact,
Deep.
he said the guy actually showed up to do some of the work on his home. That's why you haven't seen kind of an update on his home yet. I know folks are asking for it. People want to see it, and he said he would do it, and he will do it. But he doesn't want to do it until all of the post-install, I don't know, not really repairs. It's
Hi,
just
Barb's Country Home.
it's not really repairs. It's just all the finishing touches, trim, and things like that need to be done that still have not been done. Once that's all done, then he's probably going to do a tour. But the guy that was there today, he's been in this home for 2 months, and they just showed up today. And when he got there, it was early this morning,
Yeah.
before it started raining.
Yep.
And it rained all day long. This guy's inside working, and then he left about 4:30 this afternoon. And on his way out, pulling out of Rick's driveway and into the main road, the front end of his truck bottomed out about 18 inches down into this washed out area. So Rick said,
Michael, you come over here and I will give you another apple pie. I'll make sure the dog don't eat it this time.
oh, so that's a funny story there too.
I know.
So
Oh my
you
gosh.
can tell them that. So this is
So I get up at, so the Harrises are coming in and we're having 4th of July and we're having dinner back at Rick and Chelsea's house and her parents are coming over and stuff. So I promised Michael Harris I would make this cast iron apple pie that I make because he really likes it. So I get up at 5:30 in the morning so I can get chores done and bake a pie. And I get the pie baked and I take it out of the oven. And it's been out of the oven for maybe 5 minutes. And it's shortly after 7 o'clock in the morning. I go into my office and I'm in there working on some stuff. And I hear Madeline come in. Well, I didn't think anything of it. And she didn't come down the hallway or anything, but kids come in and out all the time, so it's no big deal. So I come walking out about 10 minutes later, and she's sitting at the counter with this plate. And I look over and I said, wow, that looks really good. What are you eating? And she looks at me, she goes, pie. That child had taken a quarter of one of the pies. I made 2 pies. She took a quarter of a pie. And she's eating. I said, what are you doing? She goes, well, it's pie. And I said, yeah, but that's for later. She said, LaLa, pie's made for eating.
it hadn't been on the oven 15 minutes.
Not even 15 minutes. I mean, it was still pretty warm. And so that did, that took part of one pie, which was fine. I was, okay, LaLa gets over it. There's still a whole pie for Michael Harris. So I'm good with it. So I go back into the office and I'm working and I'm printing out paperwork for Michael and Bobby for the goats and everything. And I come walking out and my Great Dane ate the other pie. So, yeah, it just was not, pie was not meant to be that day. But I was able to save some of the pie from the one that Madeline got into so that people could have some pie. But I was really disappointed because I made 2 beautiful pies.
Yeah, they turned out really, really nice.
And
to that wonderful soul who gives us a thumbs down on every video.
Welcome
before you even watch it, I love you and thank you for your watch time.
Thank you.
It's kind of funny.
Thanks for showing up.
They put a thumbs down as soon as it announced. Before it's even premiered, we get a thumbs down on many
That's
videos.
okay.
So we love you too, and
That's
thank you.
all right.
Thank you for coming.
I look at it this way. You know, some people just got to do stuff like that to make themselves feel better. So,
I appreciate the watch time. So thank you for coming by and spending enough time here to at least thumbs down us. I appreciate you.
Too bad. So sad. Anyway.
Our cabin in the woods. Welcome, Tony. So it is. That's too funny.
Spitfire Red. It was not funny at the time.
She can laugh about it now.
I can laugh about it now, but at the time, it's a good thing that there was a dish towel closer than a spatula, because I would have popped my dog's butt with a spatula.
What did you pop her with?
With a towel. She got her hiney whooped with a towel.
See, she's staring at us out the window.
She's watching us out the window. She's a nut job anyway. Where are you going? He's gonna let the dogs out. So anyway.
Come here, Elle.
She's a beast. I hope you enjoyed that apple pie, you turd.
Come here, Elle.
Oh, the flies are going crazy now.
This is our pie bandit right here. This is Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae enjoyed her pie. So this is the Great Dane, Ellie Mae. Ellie. And this is what I affectionately have come. Their nicknames. It's Ellie Mae is her real name, but her nickname is Big Stupid. And this is Hazel. This is Hazel Louise, and her nickname is Little Stupid. So
baby.
Together, affectionately, they are known as Big and Little Stupid.
Yep. Big and Little. Hello, Big Stupid.
So.
Michael Keener, bad dog.
What a great looking puppy. Well, you know, we are big dog people. Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show. We love our dogs. We've got Hazel Louise, we've got Ellie Mae, we got Boone, and Betsy. We got Betsy, who is our Great Pyrenees Caracachan mix. She's trying to catch a flying baby. You know, we've always had multiple dogs, and people say, well, why do you get big dogs? And you know, we're just kind of big dog people. We don't always get big dogs. We've never had a dog as big as Ellie, but my daughter gave me. Yeah, we got a gift. You know, here's I appreciate people that send me gifts. I don't appreciate it when people send me gifts that require food and water. And that's exactly how we got Ellie. My daughter thought it would be awesome to get us a Great Dane, and we've been taking care of that Great Dane now for 2.5. She's a good dog. She's a good dog.
She's a very good dog. She's very protective.
She's probably, I didn't know that about Great Danes either. I thought that Great Danes were supposed to be couch potatoes, but she is by far the leader of our pack of the dogs, and probably the most protective of even Rick's dogs, of all of the dogs on the farm. She will not let anyone into the house if we don't let them in. And you know, when people come to the house, I trust all of my dogs that they would not bite anyone. I do not trust, except for Ellie. She will bite you if she doesn't trust you.
So
So she generally gets locked up when people.
I didn't let her out to chase Michael and Bobby around.
So, Suburban Homestead, Wyoming, Sandy, how are you? One of my favorite Edward, George.
That's my dad!
Hello, here's Dad George. Catch any of the end of your show. So, that's LaLa's daddy.
Hey, Daddy!
From Western New York. Hey, Gail Southern Living, how are you? Welcome. So Wendy Spitfire Red says, I've had that happen, can relate, LaLa, that's why I can laugh now. Well, She does not, this is not the first time. She's done that with
steak.
She's done that we got the steaks, these really nice steaks, and put them on the counter, plating them up, and walk away from it. We come back and the steak's gone. She's done it with a pot roast. The problem is she can't control her nose, and when she extends her neck, her nose is at counter level. And I honestly don't think that she can help it. This is kind of the funny thing. So this is what she's sitting on LaLa's lap right now. This is what Great Danes do, and I don't know why, but she will back up to you and just kind of sit on your lap. Ellie Mae.
She said, "Don't judge her."
Yeah.
As she say, "Don't judge me."
Paula gave us the 5-minute warning. Thanks. 5 minutes, but we have a buffer. Robert Nelson says she's so quiet. I think it's quiet.
Who's she?
I think he's talking about. He ain't
talking
Ellie.
about me.
So Ellie is not a lap dog. She's incapable of sitting on your lap. But here's a funny story. So in our bedroom, this kind of tells you how crazy dog people we are. So when Rick and his family moved out, I wish we could do a poll on here.
Poll?
Yeah, because you would quickly learn that it's not normal to put a single bed in your bedroom as a dog bed.
Oh, a single mattress?
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. Most people don't do that.
Well, most people don't have big dogs like we do. I bet you, who is it? What's his name? Who's got Great Danes? I bet you they got a big bed for their dog.
James and Angela got a Great Dane. So when Rick and his family moved out, that left the kids' room.
There was a twin mattress.
There was a twin mattress in there.
Yeah.
So Madeline there was bunk beds. On the bottom was a queen, was a full size, and on the top was a single.
Twin.
So twin, whatever. What's the difference between a single and a twin? Is that the same?
Singles aren't. It's not the same.
Okay. Whatever. So Madeline took the full mattress back to her house and put it on the bed that her and I made, and then I was wondering, where did that single mattress go? Until I went into my bedroom and realized it's where the dog beds were. She had taken the single mattress, covered it up with a sheet, and put it on the floor for her dog.
And a comforter. Here's what I did. I put the the twin mattress in there. I put a sheet on it, and then I put a comforter on top of it because they're comforters that I had for the kids anyway. So I put that on top of it. So all I got to do is take that off and throw it in the washing machine and put a clean one on top of it.
Yeah. So
it's much better than having to wash a dog bed.
So in our bedroom, we've got that bed, and then we also have a little chair that we put in the corner. I sit there, put my shoes on in the morning, and but Boone has always slept in that chair. He's slept in that chair ever since we've been in this house. Yeah. And even did it when we were at our old house. That's kind of like where he sleeps at nighttime. He just curls up and sleeps in that chair at nighttime. So it's got hair all over it. It's got like spots in there where the fabric's missing. It's just a nasty old chair. But we don't get rid of it because of Boone. Because of Boone. So for some reason, and we're not sure why, 3 nights ago, Ellie commandeered that chair. Now she takes her big old Great Dane body and curls up into a tiny little ball and fits in that chair with no room to spare, albeit.
She's trying to back up.
Yeah, she's trying to back up to me in the rocking chair, but she keeps hitting the arm. So I don't know why she did it. It's pretty funny though to watch her. She jumps up in the chair and she's like standing on stilts because she can't stand with her legs square to her body, so she's got to like put them in so there's only like this much room between her front and back legs, and then she kind of wiggles around in a circle and then lays down, and she's got no room to spare whatsoever. It's pretty darn funny. See? I have a box of
Barb's Country Home, that's
right. There's a recliner near the window so he can see everything during the night. Well, Barb's Country Home, that's where our dog sleep, is in our little chair in our bedroom. So
in a bed.
Did my job, notice or not. All right, it's 7:59.
Go Bolts!
We are going to log off for this for tonight. Thank you all for all of your prayers. Thank you for keeping us in your thoughts. Here
comes the rain.
Here comes the rain again. Here's another. So here's another band that's just come through, so it's just starting to rain
They
real
can't
good
see
again.
the rain. It's not
And
picking it up.
Hazel just realized she's stuck over there under the
Eaves.
eaves. She just realized it's raining and doesn't want to go out in the rain.
Raining.
Hazel, come here.
Come on, baby.
So she's going to try to evade the rain. That's pretty
Come
funny.
on, baby.
So thank you all for your thoughts. Thank you all for your prayers. All of you are a blessing. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us on a Wednesday night. Always appreciated. We're trying to get back on an every Wednesday night routine, and so hopefully we won't have to be canceling anymore. Rick's got we're moving along.
Wind it up.
We're moving it along, and he's getting things straightened out in the back. So we're trying to get back on the routine regimen. And I'm finally made a little bit of progress at work, so that I can start visiting other people's channels again. And but all of you are blessing. Thank y'all. Love y'all, and appreciate you stopping by and spending your Wednesday night with us. So we're going to go ahead and log off. Go Bolts! Always remember, treat others as you would like to be treated. Good night, all.
Bye.